Hello everybody, welcome back to another Mortal Jellyfish video. This is not an entertainment video, this is not a video for my younger audience, this is more for my mature audience and the adults who are just interested in this kind of video and why I'm making this, and why Brookhaven is not safe for kids necessarily. That said, if you are a younger viewer, I would recommend you click off this video as we will be showing some images that are not exactly appropriate for your eyeballs. That said, it is just Lego characters, so there's not really anything you're going to see there, but they will, in fact, not be appropriate. I'll probably blur them anyways, even though I don't think it's necessarily showing anything. But yeah, that said, we're going to start off right in the darkest parts of things, and then I'm going to explain why I think that stuff happens. So, just starting out, here's just a few snapshots I found just today playing the game for like an hour of just a few things, and even one of my viewers shared one of these with me. So, you get things like this happening. Clearly, they have both stripped off their clothes somehow. I think that has to do with something in the clothes editor in this game. There's ways to strip your clothes off. I don't personally know how to do it, so I can't replicate that for you on stream, let alone I don't want to do that anyways. But yeah, somehow they find the way to strip off their clothes, and then they use the emote system in the game to pull out these positions or so, which clearly looks like adult stuff and not for kids. Keep in mind, this is Roblox, and this is a game that looks very much so for kids. It's a very cartoony world. You can become a police officer, do what you want, and it looks very friendly for kids, but you got this stuff happening on the side. Now, I think this all starts off in the game chat itself, and here's just a few images of some of the things that are happening in the game chat that lead to this kind of activity. And that's it. Just the stuff being said in chat in general, like in the public chat that everybody can read, is sus enough. But there's other mechanics in the game that I think also help manifest this kind of activity. So besides just being able to chat with one another, which is, you know, a normal part of a game, you should be able to chat with people on games. But I think some things that really make this happen in this specific game more than other games is probably due to some of the mechanics in the game. So what are some of these mechanics in the game? Well, the first one is going to be your own personal home. Now, there's nothing wrong with having your own personal house and being able to do what you want. You know, it's a house. Everybody should be able to have a house, especially in like a role-playing styled game. That's fine. So the first mechanic I think that sets up for stuff like this is the fact that you can lock your doors. So if I either click this or I click this lock here, you'll notice that locks my door. So now whoever's on the inside can't leave, and whoever's on the outside can't leave. Now the people on the inside could reset their character like this and get out, but more than likely they're in the house for a reason. They want to be in there. So this is the first issue that starts to, in my opinion, help separate the possible pedophile with a child in this scenario. And maybe it's not that bad. You're like, oh, the windows are still visible. You can still see in there. People aren't really separated, you know. But then it gets worse. There's this option right here. You'll see at the top where I can click this window. If I click this window, you'll notice that all the windows in my house become blacked out. They'll be blacked out at night, or they'll become this like fogged out blue during the daytime. This now completely conceals the house and the people inside of it. You won't really see what they're doing. You won't be able to see any of that because you can't really get in their house without using some sort of exploits or using some glitchy game mechanics to get into their house. Which, honestly, using those glitchy game mechanics is how we've got most of these pictures of the suspicious stuff happening, because this is how it does happen. They lock their houses up, they black out the windows, they bring an individual in their home, and then they get to work. Now, you may be wondering, well, won't people in public chat see this going on? And yes, you would see it if they were talking in public chat. But that brings me to our next issue, what really brings this out of people. And that is the fact that you can click on people's names, and now I can privately message them. So for instance, this person I could just message privately and be like, hi. I'm obviously not going to send this message because I don't want to be messaging individuals privately. Anyways, but you very much can individually, privately message these people, so you're having a one-on-one conversation, completely excluded from the outside world, in your locked up, blacked out home, so nobody can see and hear what you're doing. And now you're having a one-on-one conversation. This obviously leads to what you saw earlier. Some very disgusting things going on in a Lego game. Now, one other thing I think that is just a side note that also helps this happen is this right here, where you can go into your character and you can set an RP name and an info bio. Like, it's nothing against the rules to set an RP name, but when I set my name to something like Kitten, you know, that sounds like a cute name that'll get me some boys, right, or something. I'm not really going to do this, but, you know, you could set your name to that, and then you can make it pink or whatever. You know, the color could do this. I've noticed a lot of boys choose blue and a lot of girls choose pink. I don't know much about this game. Maybe that's a way they identify each other more. But then in the info and bio is where it really gets bad, because you can put things like single. So now people assume I'm a single adult, or RPing to be a single adult, which means I'm looking for somebody. And so this is in a sense causing dating, which is against Roblox TOS. You're not supposed to be dating in Roblox at all, and this kind of helps with that. And then you can follow that up with things like cute, or just any other kind of descriptive words that you want. Like, maybe I want to be rich because I'm a guy and I want women to know I'm rich, so that way they'll date me and stuff. And so honestly, the game just does a really good job at manifesting this nastiness culture. And yeah, just wanted to shine some limelight on that. Maybe some parents will watch this video and maybe it'll help realize that sometimes you gotta watch your kid on Roblox, because Roblox is very much not a safe place. I've known plenty of adults, including my cousin, who, yes, he plays Roblox and they think it's all safe and dandy, but I do slightly worry when he is free running Roblox by himself, as I feel like with a younger kid, or maybe even a possible semi-really young teen, like in the early teens, should probably be semi-monitored or checked on from time to time, because even another personal story from my experience is my mom's boyfriend's 2 kids. We caught them on their Xboxes writing people in Xbox messages about it, and they met in Brookhaven. They were Brookhaven players themselves, and then we caught them messaging people privately saying they love them and stuff, and they don't necessarily 100% know better. They're like 10, 12 years old. So definitely watch out if you see your kid playing Brookhaven, is my best bet to say. That said, not everything about this game is absolutely terrible. Some people are completely normal, just RPing normal things. They're just pretending to be a police officer. They're just pulling over criminals. Some people are just robbing banks. So not everybody in Brookhaven is absolutely disgusting and going down this pathway. But there's very much a good audience that does. As I could say, about 50 to 60% of the lobbies I get in have very suspicious activity stuff going on. That said, thank you all for watching. Hopefully this shined a little bit of light on why Brookhaven isn't exactly safe for your kids to be free roaming on. And on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.